Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gap Major and this is WoWs Weekly. WoWs Weekly covers news of World of Warships Legends in the week past and in the week coming up, along with channel admin and speculations where viable. Now, obviously, in the past week we had the ranked season wrap itself up quite nicely. That was only available at the weekend. Regarding the two previous seasons where it has been these weekend sprints, I mean, it's nice in some respects because it is quite short. It can be ground out in a single evening and things like that. However, it does still require you to put some time aside for it. Not everyone is available at the weekends. However, I can see why they're focusing at the weekends, trying to focus the player base all at the same time period to therefore keep player numbers up, because obviously ranked has suffered from lacking player numbers in the history. How it's going to continue going forward and it's going to be an interesting aspect, I guess you could say, because I kind of feel that a bit of a downside with this ranked system is that the progress you make isn't carried over into the next season. Therefore, it's kind of like there's not necessarily any real drive to complete the achievement. Obviously, you're getting steel and things like that. The rewards aren't too bad, but it's going to be interesting to see where they go with it. Whether we go a bit more further back, maybe they make it just available for a single week or something like that. It's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, this week has seen the launch of the Stellar Clash mode, the April Fool's mode that they've released, and which has started on March 22nd and is going to be running until April the 12th. Now, obviously, by playing this game mode, you can earn Stellar Chips, and the premium reward, I guess you could say, is the Yukikaze, which I have reviewed, and that'll be carded top right now. And she's available for 12,500 Stellar coins. However, you won't be able to grind her out. You will have to purchase her in some formal manner. The reason being is the maximum possible earnings for the missions is 6,300 Stellar coins, while achievements can net as much as an additional 4,200 chips. Therefore, that takes you up to 10,500, which would leave you short of the Yukazi's 12,500. Now, additional missions can be purchased for 4,000 doubloons, and then once you complete these missions, you will then earn up to an additional 4,500 Stellar chips each. So you only have to buy one of these if you're going to grind everything out, or I think if you bought all three of them, you could complete them in standard and then get the Yukazi as well. So that means the Yukazi would cost you about 12,000 doubloons, which is, I guess, slightly discounted compared to a tier 6 premium ship. So because normally a tier 6 premium ship will cost you between 12,500 and 15,000. So I guess that's one way to look at it. If you wanted to purchase a Yukazi, you could purchase all three batches of missions, which have to be completed in destroyers, cruisers and battleships in standard mode. Possibly interesting if you are intrigued by the Yukikaze. So that does mean she's been locked behind like a pay and grind wall. You can't just grind her out, and you can't just buy her. You're going to have to grind and buy her if you are after her. Whether she's completely worthwhile, I guess, is really down to your tastes. She is a Japanese torpedo boat in every sense of the word. I mean, she does have some benefits over the tier 6 Japanese tech tree destroyers, I guess you want to compare directly to them. But if you compare directly to the tier, I kind of feel she only really has the torpedo damage. She's like her main ace up her sleeve, and she also got quite a good amount of HP, but really every other aspect in comparison to all the tech tree destroyers at tier 6, they don't really stand out that much. But it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it might be some people's cup of tea, so I'll let you decide whether or not you want to be going for those. Now, as you may have noticed, in the store we now have Stellar containers, and their drop rates are available. Link down in the description if you want to go check them out. But just to quickly run over it, 12 sci-fi space cameras will be 38% drop rate, 6 or 12 promotion orders is 20%, one of the Stellar commanders, so that's John Luke Pickup, Shelley Beeper and Space Fishy, they're 5% each. Space Skin Grade 1 for the Legaznia or the Pensacola, both 4%. A single commendation or a single insignia is 3%. Space Skin Grade 1 for the Algeria or the New Orleans is 3%. Space Skin rank 4 for the Charles Metal. The Baltimore is 2%. Space Skin grade 4 for the Gearing, Shimakaze, or Gross Kurfürst, that's a 1% each. And if you already own a ship skin, then the drop from the container, drop from the container will basically change and therefore adjust the drop rates. However, it's worth mentioning that duplicated commanders is potential. When it comes to the commanders, if you already own the commander, there will not be a reroll. Therefore, it is potential to get multiple of the same commander. Now, the Stellar Commanders are also available separately, and they are available for 5,000 Stellar chips. So you can grind out the Commanders if you wanted. I'll leave that down to you people to decide. Now, obviously, Stellar mode wouldn't be stellar if it didn't have such a stellar launch, and there have been some troubles. Firstly, initially, they had an incorrect description for the Stellar container contents, I guess you could say. One of the specifics was that it mentioned that it dropped a skin for the Yamato, when in fact it was a drop for the skin of the Shimakaze, so that had to be reworked. And then there was a patch in the week, which therefore, and again, it mended some of the fixes required for the Stellar container descriptions, along with some. It did some spawn discrepancies, updates, and a few things like that, a few typos, so not a major update, but again, it's just another bump in the road. Furthermore, they are making some amendments to the store offers in regards to the Stellar Chips tab, I guess you could say. Currently responding to feedback in regards to making adjustments to the stacked offers. What they're doing is currently there's an offer which is basically it includes the flag, whereas what they're going to do now is basically remove that bundle and split it out a bit, so the flag will now become available for 75 Stellar chips. As of today, and furthermore, anyone who did purchase the original bundle which contained the flag will be compensated with a single Stellar container and 75 Stellar chips, which will be done on Friday. Now, as many people did miss the daily deal on the Monday regarding the Stellar containers, I think it was 2 Stellar containers available for 1,200 doubloons. This will therefore be returning today on the 25th. So basically, because they had those issues with the Stellar containers, where they released them and then they had to take them away and then they have to bring them back and then they have to patch them, it kind of means that not everyone had the opportunity to get access to that daily bundle on the Monday, so that is obviously being fixed. Regarding Stellar mode, I haven't yet played it myself. I did try to watch someone streaming it, and to be honest, it did start to make me feel a little bit queasy. So I might try and play it when I'm streaming on Friday, but if it does mess me up a little bit, I probably will skip it. It already does come with a warning regarding vertigo, so if just beware. If you're not feeling too good playing it, then just give it a pass at the end of the day. Now, Friday the 4th, Friday at 4 p.m, we'll see a community manager stream regarding the Stellar mode, so that's going to be interesting to see. And then I guess we could probably potentially expect to see the Italian Tier 5 cruiser Duca d'Aosta being teased. The reason being is obviously she's the only premium ship that is available this patch, which hasn't yet been announced with a release date. I'm expecting her to be for about 10,000 doubloons. Release dates for her, I guess we've only really got either next week starting the 29th or the week following starting on the 5th. I'd say potentially expect her next week. The reason being is usually they like to try and drop it not the last week of the patch, but the week before. The reason being is obviously then that means the last week most people be completing the campaigns. So therefore you've already got a new ship there. However, it would be interesting to see which week they do. Announcement regarding that would probably be expected either today or tomorrow, if it is coming out on Monday. Now, regarding channel news and admin and things like that, the patrons' choices have been selected, and so I will be Hoping to record those soon. It's just simply a matter of finding the time. Friday's stream will be slightly later than usual. The reason being is there is a funeral on Friday which I will be attending online, and therefore I will be streaming later in the evening, just to give myself some more time. Now, apart from that, I haven't really got much more to add regarding the channel. Down in the description is a redeem code for a St. Patrick's flag. This has been made available on social media, but however I know that not everyone follows all social media, and therefore the redeem code and the link to the redeemer will be down in the description if you so wish. As always, down in the description is also a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel on Patreon, and the email address to the channel if you want to send in any of your own game captures. Let's say thank you to everyone, and if you have enjoyed this, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Until next time, I'm the Gaff Major, and back to the port.
Hey, hey, clear the way, here comes the galloping Major. Bumpity, 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 bump. Get out of the way there, you fellows, unless you want me to run you down. I guess this is the life. Now, hey, hey, clear the way, here comes the galloping